You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
What up, me gente? It's your boy Al Mega with another high energy episode of the Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, oh my goodness, we have two comedy and creative powerhouses in the house, baby. I mean, they're writers, they're comedians, they're podcasters. Oh, snap. You know them from Dead Eyes, Tiny Dinos, all that, Young Dylan, the George Lucas talk show, and more. They're here to talk about their brand new Dynamite Comics project. The one and only Alien Chaos Machine is back in Stitch #1. We're going to give it up for the big writers, the big bosses, the future legends, the ones, the only James the Third and Connor Ratliff.
Hello.
Welcome. How you doing, fellas?
Good, thank you. My goodness. Future legends? Future legends? Thank you.
I mean, you already on the lane, guys. I mean, people knowing y'all landing some cool ass IPs to write about. I mean, and doing what y'all doing. Listen, as a podcaster, I love to see people within the space when they dive into interview. I mean, did you ever think you guys were going to be creative? You know what I mean? It's like you never know what happens with this wonderful, crazy world that we call podcasting sometimes. But now that you're here, Comic Crusaders loves its good old origin, and since it's two of you, I need to learn the origin of the promance, if you will. How did you two brothers meet and hook up to become the Voltronist figures you are today? So let me start with my man James, since he came in first.
Yes. Okay. All right. I mean, in terms of how Connor and I became the Voltron that we did, I mean, we met at the UCB Theater in New York. We did improv together, improv shows. We did improv touring. And frankly, I was surprised when Connor was like, "Hey, I would love to keep working with you on stuff," because Connor was a big figure at the theater. You know,
I gotta ask you, when he asked you that, did you suggest a psychiatrist to him?
You know what? I didn't. I played it cool. I was like, I was very excited about it, and so jumped at the opportunity. And we had talked about a couple different ideas, but apparently moving to LA, because I was in New York at the time, and then I moved to LA, threw a wrench in said gears.
How dare you?
And so it took a while for. I thought, you know what I mean. You can work bi-coastal. And eventually it led to a concept called Tiny Dinos, which is a podcast that we did over the last 2 years through Hyper Object Industries. And cool. Tiny Dinos was about two scientists who create dinosaurs, but they bring them back really small, because the problem with Jurassic Park was that the dinosaurs were too big. That's why people died and got hurt and stuff. So we made them.
You ain't lying. You know what? Give me them rat size. If they come out of place, I step on their ass. Come on now.
Yes, exactly. And they're even smaller than that. Like, we had to keep them in a little. It's a whole thing. You should listen to the show. It's still available. I
will.
And then that show eventually led. Thank you. And eventually that show led to this. An editor at Dynamite, Nate Cosby, listened to the show and reached out to us. And now we're here. I mean, now we're here talking to you, essentially. That's the long story, as short as I could get it.
No problem. Connor, did James fib about the promance in any way?
No. It's all true, but I can fill in.
Yeah, I need to know. What I need to know is, what was it about James? I want to work with this man.
James and I, as he said, we did improv shows. We toured. We did a whole tour of Florida at one point. Went to multiple cities in Florida and did shows.
I'm sorry for that, yo. Did you meet the Florida man?
It was a true nightmare. We saw alligators at a gas station. But we had a great time.
That was a great time.
We had a great time together. And I thought, James and I should come up with a show to do together. And then he literally went Hollywood. He went out to Hollywood And then James is showing up on Netflix. He's showing up in Black Mirror.
Yeah, look at this bougie ass guy now. I thought he wanted to work with me. He got bougie Hollywood bougie.
I thought, it's never gonna happen. James he's big time now. I won't be able to. He won't work so much.
Like my man is the new Denzel. You're like, I lost him.
Lies.
Yeah. But one of the things I love about James is that he is such a big Jurassic Park fan. And so I would always text you anytime I saw anything where like, oh, they're doing some sort of live Jurassic Park show. And I would text you a link to it. Anytime I saw anything like there's a skateboard deck that's Jurassic Park, I would send you the link. And then we always had this idea of we should come up with a funny dinosaur movie or something. And then we ended up thinking of it as a TV show. And then at a certain point, I was like, we could just do a podcast. We don't need to live close to each other to do a podcast. And then very few people listened to that podcast, and it was so fortunate that one of those people who listened to it was Nate Cosby, the editor at
and
Dynamite.
That's all you need, Poppy. All you need is that one right person to say, yo, these guys got something.
It is the truest thing. Like any time, you see the movies that like win the Oscar, any movie that gets made, it feels like their story of how they got it made, or a TV show is like everybody rejected it except one person. And they said we can make it,
And then us, that view the show after the fact, we're like, I never heard of this movie. What is this?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it though, because new findings and hopefully new fandoms and growth, right?
Yeah, and so now James and I, James already has quite a bit of experience creating comics, making comic books, and it's relatively new to me. But now James and I, we live in these Google Docs. We just like. We show up in these Google Docs that we work on together, and we see each other there. The future is now.
We need to create the island now, Googlelandia or something, where creators meet. Googlelandia.
I mean, do they not have something like that already? I mean, the metaverse probably.
Well, the meta. Yeah, but I mean that's a little crazy. I'm gonna put on some glasses and I'm gonna see you be whoever you want to be. So you're gonna be some brolic motherfucker scaring the shit out of me. I ain't write that yet. Oh man, wait a minute. I'm sorry. All right, I'm not gonna ask you for another week now. All right, but let's ask you when it came to those creative juices and all, and learning the game. And I'm gonna continue with Connor here. You say that you're relatively new in the comic game. So how did my man James hook you like a fish, or was it your own findings that you kind of navigated yourself? Like, what, this is pretty cool.
Well, I've always been a fan of comics. I collect comics. I read comics. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist. But as an adult, I had never actually done anything professionally. I'd done it on the school paper, all sorts of other things. I made little things myself, but I had never worked in the realm of professional comics. So it didn't take much convincing. Once we were asked, would you like to write Disney's Stitch? We were
Stitch, Jesus.
Pretty quick.
What an IP.
It's pretty crazy for the first comic book I've ever written to be
first. Don't get spoiled now, Connor, because bro, Disney came at your door for your first project. Spoiled.
And I knew about Connor's affinity for Disney comics because he's very vocal about it. And so when it happened, it clicked immediately. Like, oh, this is going to be great for us. It really just felt like it was really going to be like gangbusters.
So how was that opportunity like? I want to put people on here. So here you guys, you're just two podcasters doing your thing, and all of a sudden, Dynamite Comics, Disney approaches you with an awesome IP that had a kick-ass movie this year, by the way. Yo, how did you guys even feel? Like, did you think it was fake or what? I would have thought I was getting conned. I'm from New York. Like, yeah, sure.
The number of times that I texted Connor, I can't believe we're writing Stitch and it's gonna come out at around the same time as the movie. Like it's complete and utter disbelief. But I mean, and it was a long process. I think it was we started maybe over a year ago. And really? it was, or maybe even longer than that. And so it was this period there was a lot of periods of like where we would hear from from Dynamite, and we would be like doing some work, and then there'd be it was a lot of like hurry up and wait type energy. So there were plenty of times.
I hate that. Listen, you can't do this to a Puerto Rican from New York. How dare you? Don't tell me hurry up and then wait. Like, oh no, I'm hurry up and I need to know right now, bro. You rush me.
With we got the preface like, oh, we're gonna have to hear from it'll go through Dynamite and then it'll go through Disney and then and so there were periods of time where it'd be like maybe it's gone, maybe it's not happening, maybe it's
you're stressing like, oh my effing god, is this gonna ever pop?
I never thought it was fake, but there were so many times where we did think it just was over, that it wasn't gonna happen.
You're like, oh my god.
We had a Slack, the app Slack.
Yes,
that we had.
I love that app. Yeah.
There was a point where we were working hard in that, and then everybody just went away, and we were like,
radio silence.
Yeah,
you're like, yo, everybody abandoned me. So, if this is the desert, what does that mean for the project? Holy shit.
and there were a couple of points. Initially we had to pitch. Here's our ideas for issues. Here's our story ideas. And there was a long period of time while they gave us some rules. They said, you can't do this, you can't do this. Okay. None of the stuff that they told us we couldn't do was stuff that we wanted to do. So it was great. It was literally
already off to a good start.
The rules were the equivalent of saying, like, don't go run out in the middle of the highway traffic. It was just like, great, we didn't.
No problem. Right?
And then we pitched our stories, and we didn't hear anything for a long time. So we just thought,
fucked up.
We just thought they looked at this and they thought, we don't need these tiny dino guys coming in and
Oh my goodness.
And then when we finally heard back, it is very much that thing where, when you are waiting for an answer, the timeline is as long as it needs to be. And then as soon as you have your answer, it's like, we need this right away. Can you get a script? Can you get
Of course.
And so then it went, the pre-process took forever.
Wait a minute. I need to know here. So you telling me you did the pitch, but waiting on the result you did in pregame. So when they came at you and said, we love it, but we needed X amount of time, did you guys not pregame, or you said, oh fuck, we're making it right now?
Well, I mean, in a sense, the kind of development process was the pregame. I mean, there wasn't any, we didn't start like writing any scripts until we got an approval on a script, because you just don't want to have anything on the page too fleshed out if you're going to be told, don't do this,
my dumb ass, I'll probably be a quarter of the way through, just the way I have a stepping stone and have a good head start. That's my dumb ass thinking. That's how I would think.
But that's not, it's not a terrible idea, but if you're going to be told no, then you just did a lot of work for nothing.
But nothing. I mean, but that, I think, be honest, how many times have you done work for nothing in life?
Oh, most.
You know what I mean?
As a writer, comedian, most.
Another one in the closet and shit. Just don't open up that fucking door, but you're gonna get crushed.
Yeah.
Well, at New York City improvisers, it's the least you can get paid, even when they pay you. It is the bottom.
Yeah.
It is the bottom rung of payment.
So you're telling me you're not even taking Ubers? You got like rats and skates that walk you to your job.
I did a show a couple months ago where the money I got paid after the ticket split wasn't enough to buy a subway ride home.
Yo, and let me tell you, folks. Yo, that's crazy. Let me tell you, because these motherfuckers. The last time I went to New York Comic Con last year, I was like, I wanted to get a Metro card, and out popped up this shit, an Omni card. I'm like, what the hell is an Omni card? And then I learned, I was like, oh my god, these dudes are stepping up. Like, I have a real looking transit credit card here. What is this? Yeah, New York got me bugging, and the prices is insane. You got to have these cards to get a deal, son. Really?
I'm gonna show you. I'll match you. I got my Omni card right here.
What is this?
Yeah, but wait.
I've been out of the loop. I've been out of the loop. What is it?
That's the new Metro card.
No.
Yes.
It's like what they have in London. It's like London has a card like this on the tube.
Like a plastic, like a physical.
Yeah, it's a hard plastic physical credit card.
Yeah.
I don't
but it's one of those things where I'll get because I don't want to tap my phone. I'm paranoid enough. I'm old and paranoid. I don't want to ever tap my phone to a machine and the machine takes the info from my phone. It feels too.
It takes your whole fucking money. The future, like that dude that walks around with the fake thing that like he's taking people's money, like he's gonna get beat up. You better stop that. Don't do that.
I do want to show you. I do want to share with you the last Metro card that I bought from the machine, because I've been walking around with this thing for over 6 months. Well, I just ran out of. I just ran out of the ability to refill it. I'm gonna wait till he's back so he can see it, because it's quite a reveal. All right. Okay, that's what. If only my last Metro card looked like that, because I finally got to a point where the machine would not refill it. I couldn't find a machine when I needed to, so I had to get it. But this is my last card.
Yo!
Oh my God. My man had the panty card, bro.
I did not ask for this. I did not want this.
Bro.
Every time I take out my Metro card, I got my little Victoria's Secret
card. You know what, bro? Are you going to be at New York Comic Con?
Yeah.
So guess what, bro? Guess what? I have 2.
Oh, I'm gonna track you down.
But you know what? And I also have this. This is the beat up one that I have, made for New York. Old ass shit. Look at this.
Wow.
But you know what? If you're at New York Comic Con, this is yours as a collectible, because I know this means something to us as New Yorkers.
I love it. I hate the thing I hate now is you basically I think the way OmniCard works is you spend $35 a week, $34 whatever dollars a week, and you basically do as many rides as you want within that week. Yeah. So, but you'll get a little update sometimes. It'll say like you're almost out of money on your OmniCard, and you can like up it on your phone or whatever.
That's like an easy pass, and I have no problem with that. Because again, I only really use it when I go to Brooklyn. I go to once a month to visit my family. I go to Brooklyn, but because where mommy lives in Brooklyn, I don't have to take the train. I walk to mad bars and mad shorties next to Silver Cup Studios, and it's fun. But I do use it for New York Comic Con. So my card is prepped for New York Comic Con right now because I ain't driving. Do you know parking costs $100 a day at Comic Con? Yes. Across the street, my homie from Mass, I won't mention his name, I took him one year and he stood with me at mommy's house and he goes, yo, I want to drive. I said, no, bro, let's take the train because that shit would be crazy. Bro, I put him on the New York train. He got like a panic attack. He goes, what is this? Why are people so close to me? Why are everybody pushing them? They don't fit this, that. My man is complaining the whole time, and he's looking at me like, yo, how could you do this for your life? Blah, 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 blah. Bro, it sounded like the Charlie Brown teacher after a while. So I was like, all right. So guess what happened the next 2 days? My man was like, I ain't paying for the parking. $100. He goes, I don't give a fuck. Nah, bro. I'd rather take the train, bro. I'm good. I could deal with the people. It don't bother me. I'm happy with the people.
Yeah,
I'm happy. All right. Now, are you guys gonna be making appearances? Because again, Stitch is out now, man, and I gotta show the covers that people gotta get signed because these covers are dope, and I need you to now take us through Stitch #1. Like, it's available now, folks, from Dynamite Comics. You could pick that up today from your favorite LCS or shop. Pick it up today. It dropped. Now, give me a little run through. I'm also to show some colors because I know this is the A cover. I mean, look at that madness right there. That's gorgeous, bro. That coloring on that shit is sick. I mean, that's one thing I'll give credit to Disney, man. Like when it comes to their IPs, they do not play around. And if they got you two, they know what they're doing.
Let's hope.
So there's not a hope. It's happening. And so, what do you feel you guys are bringing to the game for Stitch that's going to entice people? Give me that elevator pitch as if I was Stan Lee in an elevator. We're going up in 3 floors. You see me press number 3 from number 1. And you want to say, Stan, you got to check out Stitch because...
there's first of all hijinks unlimited, but the series follows. It essentially follows Dr. Jumba. He is still a member of various villain guilds and needs to keep those his membership in order to keep his insurance. he has this wiggly tooth that he has to get taken care of. So he keeps creating experiments, evil experiments, issue after issue, to try to maintain his membership. But then Stitch comes in and throws a wrench in the gears, and everything goes off the rails. So each issue is a new invention and a new kind of sci-fi experience for them to go through.
And who did this cover though right here? Because this is gorgeous.
Let me get the name for these.
Edwin Gallman. That's for the A cover. And I think he's the A cover for all of them, for all of the issues.
All right. Because I know that Stitch is a chaos type of character, and you guys are a creative duo. So who was bringing more of the chaos side of the business here?
I like to think that Connor is more chaotic than I am, but I would actually say, I would say that I think depending on the issue, it just swapped. Depending on moment to moment, moment to moment. If any one of us was more logical for a beat, the other person was like, well, here's the absurdity,
Yeah, we sort of swap it back and forth, because when one of us does something that's really chaotic, the other one will sort of come in and be like, well, now hold on, explain this to me. How does this work? And
explain, Lucy.
And sometimes the explanation is, okay, I get it. And sometimes it's like, well, we need to make that clear.
You're a little bit too crazy right now. Hold up. Slow your roll, homie.
The amazing thing about working on these is there was a lot of making sure we knew the rules, and there was a lot of they took their time approving our ideas. Once we actually started writing the stories, we've been given a remarkably free hand. They sign off on everything, but I think there's only so far, halfway through the issue, the process of the issues, I think there's only been one significant chunk of an issue where we got to the script point and they came back and said, you have to change this part. And it was probably
so far.
It was like 2 or 3 pages where they were like, you can't do this. And and we can never say what it was.
I love that. I love how you laugh. It's like, ooh, do you wish it could have been left in? I don't want to talk about it, but do you wish?
I'll say this. I will say this. It's one of those things where I think this particular thing that Connor is talking about has literally been in the pitch from the beginning. So there is this thing of someone could have told us before right now. But also I'm not sure. I cannot say that with
which is good though, because you got this here and it's happening. I mean, we know who did this, because I know this artwork is an unmistakable Jay Lee. You cannot mistake that artwork. I mean, my man has a signature in this artistry. For you guys, who's the bigger comic book nerd between you two?
Well,
Battle of the Geek. He said, "Oh shit, don't make us do this now."
James is more current than I am.
Okay. Yeah. So you're old school, and you're new school.
I just turned 50. I feel as though I couldn't be older school, in the sense that
hey bro, I'm 52. How dare you, bro? Stop it.
Hey,
50s is the new 20s.
We go to the same school now.
But in terms of breadth of knowledge, though, I don't know. I feel like your well is deeper than my well is.
It goes back further in the sense that I will be drawing back to Disney comics from literally the 1950s and 1940s and 1930s. I'll be like, oh, we could try this. And then James will be like, oh, you'll mention something new, and I'll be like, oh, I need to look that up. I don't know what it is.
What is this young people stuff? What is this? What do you mean?
My references are older than my generation, because I grew up reading my dad's Dell comics.
I get you. You're talking about Dell and Gold Key and all that other good shit.
So
I get you.
When I was a kid, I was not reading very many. Even the contemporary comics I was reading as a kid were not the comics that other kids in my I was reading Fantagraphics had this anthology called Critters, that was all funny animal comics that were done for adults, and Usagi Yojimbo started out in Critters.
Basically, shit you shouldn't be reading as a kid, but you did because they ain't know no better. Like my parents buying me Mad Magazine and cracked when I was like 8 years old. You know?
Yeah.
I loved it.
but I think it makes for a great stew when because James and I think it's always helpful. It's both helpful in improv and it's helpful in comics if the people that you're improvising with have a different knowledge base than you, because you double your knowledge. You know, when you team up with someone who has the exact same reference points as you, there's a great comfort in that, but you basically have the same collection of stuff. Whereas when you have different points of reference, that means you can surprise each other, and I'll learn about stuff from James that then I'll have my own take on it, and I'll bring stuff to him that then he'll have his own take on it. And it's one of the things that like is I think exciting about working. Collaboration to me is exciting when you're learning from your collaborator, you know, as opposed to just like, we like the same stuff, we know the same stuff, let's make the same stuff, you know? Yeah.
It's nice to bring in that. I get it, because you know I have younger brothers, so they always putting me on to newer shit, because obviously when they were young, I was putting them on to our shit, and they are the biggest fans, and you know, and I love talking to them because they always say, "Yo, Al, thanks so much for like really putting me onto the shit." You know what I mean?
Also,
but now they're the ones teaching me. Now I find things through them. Like, all right, you sick bastards. Like, you know what? Even this is too sick for me, because everything's gore porn nowadays. I'm not into gore porn, man. I like horror, not gore porn.
Oh, well, then you'll love Disney Stitch, because we don't have any of
Thank you. I'm an old man. I'm sensitive now. And let's go through the other covers. Again, look, this who did this? This is so dope.
Yes.
I like this a lot.
Look at this.
Look at this guy. Wait a minute. Let me take that off screen. Hold on. Wepa, look how beautiful that looks.
Oh,
the virgin cover.
Is that the foil version of it? Okay.
Look how pretty that is, bro. My man got a gold foil variant, bro.
Mine haven't come in yet.
I cannot.
My man's like, where's mine? He hating right now. Yo.
I cannot. I will not be able to afford to buy all these variants for the other issues, but for the first issue, I splurged a little bit, and I've ordered a couple of the.
Why not?
I love this cover so much, because
that shit is dope.
It's such a great, like, you know, all the old classic Disney shorts that would start off with an image like that, where they'd have Mickey Mouse or Pluto or Donald Duck or Goofy, and looking forward into future issues, it looks like there is a version of that for everyone that is differently themed. So you have there's like
the issue 3 one is man. For me. I can't wait for that.
There's a Halloween one that's like a jack-o'-lantern. There's one that's like a Groucho Marx. I haven't even seen what the issue number 2 variant of that is yet, but I'm excited to see it. Oh my God.
The variant scene is what's popping, and I mean, I cannot imagine them doing this. I see it. I know what you guys are talking about, and this one was one of those covers that popped out to me that I saw. I was like, "Whoa, this is gorgeous," and it brought me back to those early days of watching the Toons. I was like, "Yo, I love it, yo." Who's the artist though?
I'm gonna mess up this artist's name, but I'm sincerely not going to say it correctly, but I'll drop it in the chat. And if
we could try. Let me see. So, Ciro Cangialosi.
Okay, there it is.
Ciro Cangialosi, I'm going to say. I grew up in Brooklyn around a lot of Italians and different European people, so trust me, I think that should be a Cangialosi. If I'm wrong, Ciro, and I think that's also how you pronounce that, but yo, this cover is fire. Yeah. And then we got one more, the D cover over here. Like, bro, this is dope too. I love that purple. Like, yo, who did this? This is gorgeous.
Jennifer Meyer.
So simple.
Jennifer L. Meyer. Yeah.
This would make a great T-shirt and poster and all. I love this because it's just the color, the use of the purple and the different shades of it.
That's the beautiful one I would love to go visit wherever that is. That's the cover. That's the cover that I would step into if I could. You know.
So what's popping? How many issues we getting on this baby?
8. There are 8 issues. It'll be collected every 4.
Wepa. So two kind of graphic novels. Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna get the omnibus or collected edition, as they call it.
Yes.
Then after that, you're gonna do yet another run of another 8, and then hopefully that'll start creating an omnibus on the way, right?
Look, I hope so. Connor's dream is 100. Connor's dream is 100.
Oh,
I'm on board. I'm on board for the 100.
Are you guys ahead story wise? Like, would you say that if Dynamite came to you, say like, "Yo, this shit was so fire"? How far ahead are you story wise?
Yeah. So what's great about what like I said, like this current run is it like resets every issue. And when we were pitching ideas in the beginning, you know, we did have to pitch dozens. Like we pitched more than, you know, there are 8 issues.
Is a one and done, or is it an underlying theme?
There's kind of an overarching thing that we will like keep referring back to, the plight of trying to maintain his Jumbo's memberships maintains throughout. But there's also like there's a couple arcs that we developed that we have not pitched. You know, like once you get a no on something, it's kind of kind of gone. You know, but there's a handful of things there that we have not cracked open yet that we would love to do if we got the chance.
Well, I can't.
And in some, we have a couple of other things that haven't been announced yet that will be hopefully one thing that will hopefully be coming out this year, and then more stuff that's coming out next year that's also for Dynamite but is not Stich.
Ooh, stop playing, you guys. See, I said Future Legends. I wasn't playing. You see,
you called it. But the hope is, like, if they came back to us, we basically have to do a whole new round of like, here's our ideas for if we did another. But I think it would take a long time before we seriously ran out of ideas for Stitch, because basically there's a sort of a comedic trio that is the heart of every episode, because you have Jumbo, who's the mad scientist, you have Pleakley, who's the voice of reason, like, don't do this, and then you have Stitch, who's this chaos agent, this wild card that accelerates everything that Jumbo does into an unexpected place. And it's such a fertile, every issue has a different vibe within that dynamic, because the inventions are different, the results are different, the mood and feel of the way the experiments go wrong. And I think we could go a long time without running dry with that. But we also, like, we have access to the full, even though it's Stitch, not Lilo and Stitch. Lilo is in some of the issues. And the larger cast of characters within the Lilo and Stitch universe
nice.
is there. But we use them very sparingly. So there's actually there's one issue, I won't say who, but there's one issue that is spotlights a character within the Stitch universe in a way that is easily the most this character's ever been featured, I think. Would you say that's fair, James?
I think that is fair. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. For those people in the Stitch for us, I hope y'all getting excited, because again, you can start picking this baby up now and put it on your pull list. You understand what that means?
Yes.
That means that every month you're gonna go to your shop. It's already there. Get all the covers. Why not? Because those look so frameable. So many of them. But before you frame them, you better read it. I'm playing. You gotta understand the match story that these fellas are doing and putting on out here. You know what I'm saying? They're about to murder the game, bro. For real.
Yes, get one to read and one to frame at least.
At least. Now, let me ask you.
Get that digital copy, just so you have it for those moments where you just want it on your device.
Of course. When you're just bored, you're like, you know what? I need to reread today. I mean, this is the type of shit you guys got to do. When you are fans, you do what you do to get your vice on. Now, in talking about our fans here, what do you hope readers walk away with after they read at least the very first issue before they dive into the second?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, go ahead.
Go ahead, James. No, you go ahead.
Well, I would say, I mean, you know, hopefully like a sense of a sense of fun, like really just, you know, they had a good time. You know, I hope kids feel a connection to at least a character that they already know and love. Parents are able to read something with their kids, you know. And I do think that there's something in each issue for everybody. You know, it's not for as much as this is this is, for the youngins. I hope this is something that adults can take away with.
I'm into it.
I really think that our approach for writing these things was my audience writing these things is James. I want to write something that James likes. I think James wants to write something that I like. And the guideline is...
So you saying that the old man, young man energy creates something in the middle lane that everybody's going to love. Gotcha.
I think so, because we write for each other, but we make sure it's appropriate for
everyone.
Any age. And that way you get something that I really feel proud that I don't think any of these issues, when I was a kid, I loved reading stuff that I felt was not condescending to me. I loved reading comics that I felt like, when I was reading like Uncle Scrooge comics as a kid, those are not written with a point of view that's like, hey kids, look at this.
Yeah, it's not.
Those were written by a man who had lived a long, experienced life. He had been a rancher, a cowpoke. He had he worked on the sea.
He'd been through some shit, and he talking his business.
And to me as a kid, that felt exciting. Whereas I didn't like things as a kid that were like, "Hey kids, are you ready for a story?" And it was always exciting to me,
right? So I hate that shit today. Even like, don't talk to me like I'm dumb, bro. Just give me something that entertains me.
I wouldn't be embarrassed to hand this to any adult and say, "Read this." And I wouldn't feel weird handing it to any kid and saying, "Read this." I think anybody could read this and have a good time.
I agree. So again, what you got. I mean, yes, Omega likes this stuff too. I admit it. I don't admit it most openly, but I do. I enjoy this kid stuff because I'm a family man. So, so when they say the family aspect of things, and I like this stuff too.
It's like nothing to be ashamed of.
Just because I'm from Brooklyn don't mean nothing, folks.
Adults go to Pixar movies and they cry their eyes out, and they don't feel like they're watching the kids movie.
Yo,
you know
bro.
What I mean?
And there's something in every issue where you will cry your eyes out. That's what this is about.
Let me tell you, my first date with my ex-wife, you know where I took her to see? Oh man, they were crying. But hold on, everybody, that's gonna be all of us apparently. Oh my God, don't do this to me. I already have a lump in my throat because my first date with my ex-wife, I took her to see the Lion King animated film. Man, it was funny. This is the 90s. Everybody wore shades, and she, thinking she's a cutie, with shades on her head. And when Mufasa died, spoiler alert, folks. When Mufasa died, all I saw from the corner of my eye was the shades coming down, and I started like smirking. And she was not funny. With a gulp, I was like, but then at the same time, I'm like, I know. I felt bad too. Like that was Mufasa, man. That shit was crazy. I love it. I like that you guys are fans, bro. Yeah, but for real, bro. So a dream crossover. If you guys could team up any other comic book character, with Stitch, and have fun, like who would you pick and why? My man is doing. Think he didn't use his pinky because he has that evil finger look. My man fucking went fucking evil. Like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm gonna fuck you up right now.
Well, yeah, this is a tricky question because I genuinely have a thing that I have pitched to Dynamite, and I know that James has one too, where I'm like, Stitch should meet blank, and I'm like, is it possible to get the rights to blank? And they were like, we don't know.
Oh, and so there's an idea out there that's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
Well, what's the one that you don't mind giving up right now?
I'm gonna say just because it's the first thought that popped into my head. I'm gonna say Stitch teams up with Don Draper from Mad Men.
What the fuck?
And turns the world of 1960s advertising in New York City on its head.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I would be interested in something like a Stitch Plastic Man or something absurd like that, to where Stitch is like out there, kind of bonkers energy mixed with a character that can metamorphose and things like that. That would be fun.
and look at where we're going. We keep going with non-Marvel characters. In my mind, I would love to see Stitch kind of interact with Mr. Mistaplex.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Could you imagine the chaos that ensues
Yes,
then?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bro, that is a fucking dream right there.
Yeah.
I'll give
And
you
they're like
we
interdimensional and
we
stuff.
we just created this right here on this show, folks. This is the copyright, poor man's copyright. We just created this on this show. But if that happens, it was our idea. Don't be fucking around.
I have another one because it's the most recent movie that I've seen, and I think no one will be expecting this.
I
just saw Highest to Lowest, the new Spike Lee movie, in which Denzel runs a record label called Stackin' Hits Records. And
oh my God!
Now I just want to see Denzel's character from that movie have another adventure, but this time it's with Stitch.
No, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
bro, the ideas that are coming out of here, bro.
We need a training day. We need Alonzo and Alonzo doing a ride along throughout.
Bro, that would make an epic cover for one of the fucking books, bro. Stop playing.
I think you could bring a bunch of different Denzel characters because you have David King from Stackin' Hits Records, but then you also bring in Alonzo from Training Day. I mean, there's so many. I'm trying to think who would be.
Yeah,
who would
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X is there.
Yo, I want to put him with Samuel L.
Flight.
Jackson on Snakes on a Plane.
Oh yes, okay, perfect.
That'll be fun. Even more chaos. There's not just snakes. There's Stitch.
Stitch on a plane.
Stitch on a plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more than snakes. Yo, angel snakes. It's Stitch. Mother effer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'd have to use a lot of those symbols. The symbols for when characters use profanity.
To that same end, I could probably keep doing this all day, but to that same end, though, now I'm thinking just like Stitch and in the Gremlins universe. So it's like Stitch and like Mogwai and like
coming out to stop playing. Bro. Stop playing.
I'd be into that.
Who owns Disney? Don't own Gremlins though, right?
I don't know.
Because that would be dope. That would be actually really.
I mean, who knows
dope.
with all these different mergers?
I mean, because Stitch could team up with Gizmo and take care of Stripe, and that's it, and everybody else.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm. And they're all have their own little.
Yeah.
Gremlins is.
I'm looking at other.
Gremlins could be like Cobra and have their own little clans, the Dreadnought version of the Gremlins and the Crimson Gremlins and all that. Oh my God, we're creating universes here. I love this. You guys are so amazing, bro.
I'm now looking at. I just googled Denzel Washington characters to refresh my memory, and now I'm remembering Roman J. Israel Esquire, and now I'm sort of feeling like
yes,
my man.
That is sort of a perfect team up. That it's
100%.
Israel Esquire.
100%. Stitch would bring so much out of Roman. You know, would really.
You hear this? Denzel, these guys got plans for you. These future legends. You know what I mean? With the legends. So let's make it happen and make sure they catapult into that status immediately, because you guys are about to murder the game. Now, before we go, seriously, you guys doing any comic book appearances anytime soon? Because I know the comic book season is winding down. Summer's ending in a couple of weeks. You know, we're winding down. We got New York, we got Rhode Island, we got LA, we got a couple of things still coming up, right? I mean, what's going on?
None coming up for me. I am trying to make my way to New York Comic Con just to come. if I can just stroll
hang out,
you know.
Yeah. Just at least grind on the floor. Like, what up? I feel you.
Yeah.
What about you, Connor?
I do a show called the George Lucas Talk Show, and we do a panel at New York Comic Con every year. James has been on the panel.
Yes, a lot of
you gotta invite him this year so we can hang out and smoke a blunt, bro.
Yeah, give me an excuse to come.
Well, we should be able to get you in if you were on the panel, James, right? That's easier.
Yep. You get him on the panel, we hang out, you know, and we smoke a blunt in person and talk shit about the show. Come on. Good shit.
I will definitely be there. I hope James will find it. I hope we can finagle a way for James to get there. James and I are doing an AMA on Reddit starting on Thursday.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow.
A couple of days.
Really?
If people go to the R Disney subreddits, anytime Thursday or Friday, Thursday night or Friday during the day, Saturday morning, whatever. We'll be answering questions on there.
What started all that? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. It was Connor. It just hit Connor. He was like, "Well, you want to do this?" and he worked his magic.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, but
give me that link. You have the link. Throw that on our private chat so I can share it on the screen. So that way people could tune in and check out and send you those questions on that Reddit, because I think that's pretty effing cool. You see the access you guys have to talented guys like this. I mean, use this access. You know what I mean? Pick their brain while they're able to still give you their time. Because one day they're going to be so busy that they can't. You're going to have to respect that too. You know what I mean? Like, no, for real. It's just it takes time, but when it happens, it happens. God is good, and let me tell you, man. When you're doing things on a good nature and just keeping things positive and just keeping it real, success is just a step away. It's a door away. You just got to make sure your eyes are open to see that door and walk through it. Like you guys, but you guys got that door open for you. That Dynamite say, "Hello, guys, we love you. Do this." And the fact that you guys jumped on, no, that's good on you. Folks, remember, when opportunity comes, don't hesitate, man. These guys are a perfect example of that. I love that. I mean, this is the real deal. 100%. All right? All right? So any last words, at least motivationally wise, for our fellow Crusaders out there, for our James 3 versers, for our Ratliff versers out there? What's going on?
Just keep reading and buying comics. I feel like my whole life I've been buying comics and reading comics and supporting comics. And now I if I hadn't been doing that, I might feel weird about asking everybody, "Hey, buy my comic." But I feel like it's something I've always loved comics. I've always known that you got to buy comics to keep comics happening. And, I always try when I go into a comic book store, even if I don't find anything I want, I try to find something I can buy, even if it's just a small thing,
Bro, listen, let me prove to you something. This is how much I love comics, right? And like, I'm a Conan fan, right? But if I see a deal, I'm gonna buy it because I love comics. Look how beat up this book is.
Ooh.
But the interior pages are immaculate, so I get a full story regardless. This one and that one. Look at, you know what I mean? Look at that.
Yeah.
So I bought these like for $5 each. Should I have paid $5? No. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. It's like, I get access to something that I don't want to read these on PDF. The first thing when I opened this one particularly, and I started reading before we came on, I was trying to re-sign out, get my mind bumped up. I was like, holy shit, the smell of the comic. That ink, my dudes, oh my God. Like that shit is a legendary smell. Like that shit should be a cologne or some shit, bro. You know how many nerd girls we're gonna attract with the comic smell cologne, baby? Come on.
You smell like
you smell vintage, yeah.
The 1970 issue of
you smell moldy as fuck. I love it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
I never read any Conan comics, but a comic that I loved
growing
up.
Connor, no? Wait a minute. You right now, sacrilege.
Well, the thing is,
you better pick up a Conan book after this. Let me tell you, you're gonna be in love.
I'll tell you what my Conan was, which was I grew up reading Brew the Wanderer, which was
Ivan's first appearance.
Which was
you have his first appearance.
Aragone's like spoof of and that was it remains one of the funniest things I've ever read. It was such an influence on me.
Wasn't it? That was the Spaniard artist, Sergio
Aragones, who drew all the Mad Magazine, all the marginals, all the tiny little cartoons in the margins, and who's still alive, still making comics, and is as funny as ever. Is probably one of the reasons why I didn't do comics prior to this, because I always wanted to be able to draw the way he could draw, and I would get so frustrated because he just could draw anything and everything, and
and it's so simplistic, but it's such a beautiful, like, yeah. I mean, again, I think we're old school, so we're animation fans as well.
Yeah.
So we tie that into that in Mad Magazine, like you said, and Craft and all that shit. So it's like, yo, this is the style we dig.
And he would draw 1,000.
And even European comics.
He would draw 1,000 characters on a page without breaking a sweat. Real. And I would be like,
isn't that crazy?
I draw one character.
No one can really do that nowadays. Only the old school artists. Like, you try to give that shit to a young buck artist nowadays, they be stressing, bro. Their hand, all of a sudden, they're going for disability with arthritis in their hands. So.
I would have been first in line to sign up for a check if I kept drawing, because I could feel it.
I could. My man said, "Give me." He goes, "Yo." He be looking like Fred Sanford. I got arthritis.
I would have been ruined by now if I tried to draw as well as I wanted to.
Oh, shit, I love it. What about you, my man James? Like, any last words for
I would just say, similarly, to the keep reading and keep buying comics, is if you are interested in making comics yourself, jump into it. I mean, that's what I did. It can be expensive, but I just want to recall it was either a tweet or a thread from Stephanie Williams, where she said that, when she first started, and I believe it was Stephanie Williams, forgive me if I'm misquoting someone else, but when she first started, she was like, "Oh, I didn't have money to produce a comic. So what I did was I paid for a page at a time, would reach out to artists and would get just a page, and by the end of a year or 2 years or what have you, she had a book, but a
layaway comic. I love it.
And is now, and if this was Stephanie, I believe it was her, but is now, it is now writing professionally. So, if you are, and I similarly, was not a comic writer up until a few years ago, but I started producing on my own, and then eventually leads to opportunities like this. So it could, everyone's path is different, but if you are interested, don't wait, or figure out your back way in. If it's not a full book once, you can do it piecemeal. And so, yeah, I just hope that for everybody.
I love it though. I think we came up with the best term right here, not just now. The layaway comic.
The layaway comic.
One page at a time. One page a month that you could afford. In 2 years you have 24 pages.
Yeah. Genuinely. and
a page a month, son, and like, you be good. I love this idea. The layaway. I think guys. Let's start a business, the layaway comic program.
Yeah, we guarantee your completed book in 2 years time.
Bro, 24 pages, because you doing layaway 1 page a month. Covering outside to include it for free. I mean, I love it. But you guys, awesome energy. I'm kind of excited for what you guys are doing. I think the future looks bright with you guys. So, folks, this is the first thing you guys need to do again. Pick up Stitch #1 right now, because it's available. It's Dynamite Comics. You know what they do. They got that dope partnership with Disney, doing those dope comic books, right? And then go to social media. You can follow James at Rule of 3 Comics. What else? Before we go, I got to ask you something about that. And then Connor at Connor Ratliff. That's Connor, RATLIFF, folks, all right? And then you can also check out James' website at rule3inc.com. And then you can also, Connor has a link tree, folks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you can get out, you can get overdose with everything, Connor, at this link tree. At Connor Ratliff, you get everything. Connor Ratliff. And then check out that Reddit that we're talking about, which is that reddit.com/r/Disney. Get in there, get in the conversation. Ask those questions. Don't be scared, folks. You know what I mean? Now, Brother James, I gotta ask, bro. I'm interested in the name. Rule of 3. What is that?
Well, the rule. Well, there's the comedy rule of 3. The comedy comes in threes, and so there's the expectation element of it. You do something once, you do something twice, you do it a third time. The third is going to be the funniest. You do something once, you do something twice, you do it differently the third time. There's going to be
yes.
You switching up expectations. So that is That is where the inspiration comes from. I am James III. There is also the sort of James III was a king. There is a rule of three that having a company sort of it is. So it's sort of hitting all of those marks for me.
Excellent. I love it. But yes, you guys definitely got something special here. I know fans are gonna love it. So check out again, Stitch #1 available now. Dynamite Comics, yo. Thank you, Amy. Shout out to Amy out there.
Let's go, Amy.
You rock, yo. Yeah, so I gotta give a shout out to our homegirl out there that helps put together things like this. So I don't know, you better find out who Amy is. She a big boss in the business too, all right? So thank you, mama. But you guys, though, thank you for your energy, your time, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Because you definitely are the future. I see y'all. You guys are young bucks. My man talking about nah, bro. Look at you, bro. Listen, when you got as white as me, then you're talking. We didn't say me, but look at this is stress. Look at this white shit. Like you still salt and pepper. My shit turned white. You understand? This ain't died, folks.
Tell me what it's like to be 52. What do I have to look forward to? I can't wait. Don't make me wait 2 years to find out.
See, he's lying about his age, folks. I love it, but this is what it is. This is the Comic Crusaders podcast. This is my man James III. This is Connor Ratliff. Everybody, please, I need you guys to do big love to them, like James and Connor, for hanging, breaking down what the chaos is behind Stitch #1 from Dynamite Comics. And if you had fun, I need you guys to smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring that bell. Please don't miss more of these dope creators, like conversations we have, like with my gente right here. You feel me? So drop that favorite Stitch moment too in the comments below. I want to hear your wildest, fan memories with Stitch, because I know people love this brand, and my people here are bringing something new to the game too. An extended universe with Stitch. So don't forget to check out comiccrusaders.shop for reviews, news, indie fire, because that's our love right here when it comes to independent companies. Like Dynamite, they got those fire IPs. Follow us on socials. We out here worldwide. So until next time, please keep reading, keep laughing, and always keep it Big Wepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.